Hello and welcome to Crypto Invest TV. I'm your host X8 and I'll be joined by the Underdoge and let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead and start the day off as usual with looking at the market. So as you can see, we have gone underneath 40K and now we're resting at 38,420. If we bring it out to the 15-minute chart, we can see that we can see that
He said 420.
we can see that we originally peaked at 41,329, and then we did end up having a bit of a fight here at the 39.7 mark. But as you see, we're starting to have that downwards trend. If we bring it out to the 4-hour chart though, and we look at where that drop was and where we're at now from the original 30,000 drop, you can see that we're still in the positive. We're still in the green in the regards of when that had happened. It's just we're seeing a lot of sideways action here. We have been for what, the past month now, with just the past couple of days being that where we ended up having that pump. It was trying desperately to try and go for that 42,000, but it looks like we just weren't having it. And we all knew that 42,000 was going to end up being a point of resistance for Bitcoin right now.
Well, I mean, as we look, it seems like 38's the new floor at the moment, Like, it seems like that's where it's starting at. It seems like ever since we got over that 38 hump, it doesn't want to go below 38 now.
Right.
So now it's going to use 38 as its wall to keep bouncing back upwards. I see in this chart. I mean, it looks good. I mean, this is a beautiful time to invest. 30,000 was a beautiful time to invest, or 33.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I think the time of all times to invest was probably when we were at that 30,000 mark.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that would, if I had 30,000, I would have been all in. I'd have put every little penny of $30,000 into a Bitcoin, and I would have held one whole Bitcoin. Because look, if you were to put 30,000 in right now, you'd already be up $8,000.
Right.
So you'd be sitting on a nice chunk of money just off of a couple of days. Like, you don't get to make money like that often in the real world. There's jobs. Excuse me. There's jobs out there that you do get to make good money like that. And I've had a couple of jobs where I've made some pretty good money like that, where I could go to work about 3-4 hours, make like, $2,000 here or there. Depends on what the job is, who's paying and what. But at the same time, putting $30,000 in to even make a quick 12,000 on the 42, you know what I'm saying? When you hit 42 mark. To even make that 12,000 in just a quick little flip like that, man, that'd have been, that's, some people get paid that in like 4 months. It takes 4 months to make that 12,000. So that'd have been nice, and right now, even at 38, what are we sitting at, 38.4? Even at 38.4, it's a good time to invest, because if it goes back to 50 or 60, you're really sitting on some nice money now.
Most certainly. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things where you know, you just know that we're only on a positive path for crypto. We'll go ahead and we'll slide right over here into our second topic, and we'll come back to the other cryptos here on the market. But I just wanted to go ahead and we'll just touch base here on our second topic for the mining. It was something that was really interesting that I wanted to bring up. So apparently, 25% of 25% of GPU sales in the first part of this year um, were were from miners. They were you know there was just a huge demand. And so, this is on Digital Trends by Jacob Roach. But essentially, it said cryptocurrency mining was a major driving force in of a add-in board AIB graphics card sales of 2020, and that trend continues into 2021. Says miners purchased around 700,000 high-end and mid-range cards in the first quarter of the year, totaling the market value around $500 million. With data showing a clear spike in 2017, 2018, when the previous crypto boom happened. This model can tease out a fairly accurate estimate of how many graphic cards miners are purchasing. In Q1 of 2021, the trending attach rate was around 30%, while actual attach rate was above 45%, given the model of their prediction models. But so yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch base on that just real fast. I just
Yeah,
thought it was interesting.
yeah, no, that's really interesting. I mean, I seen it happening when all right, so a couple months ago, I was like in the middle of buying some ASIC miners and some GPUs to facilitate a mining business of my own, but soon realized that I didn't really have the currency or the funds to actually make it happen. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang, this is a good long-term goal to have. I could afford an Ethereum rig at the time, but I chose not to because it would have taken like all the money that I had at the time, which wouldn't have been a bad thing. I wouldn't have minded, not at all. But at the same token, it actually makes a lot of sense that was the case. That 25% of that topic that you were saying, 25% of the sales were for high end
And mid-range,
GPUs and mining equipment. I actually just pulled up an article as well that has something to deal with that, and it's from Zilu. I probably just chopped that, but ZHIYELIU, and it comes from tomshardware.com, and it was published yesterday. 700,000 GPUs shipped to crypto miners in the first quarter of 2021. That is a lot. Okay, that's a lot of hardware being shipped out. 700,000 graphics cards. So it just says in a new report, John Petty Research shed some light or insight on the impact that cryptocurrency mining has had on AIB add-in board sales for the start of this year. Needless to say, AMD, NVIDIA, and their AIB partners have profited hugely from the high demand of the best graphics cards. The consulting firm estimated that 25% of the graphics cards shipped in the first quarter of 2021 went into waiting, grubby hands of cryptocurrency miners and speculators. That's roughly 700,000 high-end and mid-range gaming graphic cards. So pretty much similar to what you were saying as well, but I just find that to be, awesome. We're moving into that digital revolution. where the digital world is slowly taking over reality. And it's good to see that, instead of, people, instead of spending their money on bull crap now, are actually, putting their money to use and trying to move forward in the future with the, the cryptocurrency mining and where we are right now with the blockchain technology.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, we're really looking at uh a very interesting future for crypto in general. Um Looking over here at Ethereum, we're currently sitting at, almost 2400, and I know that there's a lot of futures contracts that are going to be coming up, or I think they're going to be there's a lot of futures contracts that are going to be, like, I think they're closing, and then they'll be finalized around June 25th. And so, a lot of those contracts, when that happens, it's gonna end up being a determining factor for Ethereum, right? So from what I'm understanding, if we're above 2100 come the 25th, then we're pretty much assuring to start breaking out again. If we're underneath it, then either we could start going down, or we just kind of still stay in the same up and down area that we've been staying in. But I mean, if we go back here and we look, right? So we go back and we look, when was the last time that we even hit 2100? So I see right here on the 12th we were at 2275.
It's been a while, man.
The
Been a while.
30th we were 2128 or 2180. Okay, so here we go. Here's the last time that we essentially ended up underneath 2100. Um, would be about the 23rd. So obviously, most certainly, from the lowest point, but essentially we didn't drop below 2100 except for a couple of hours on the 23rd of May. From what I'm seeing here
And
recently,
and
so
before that, when was the last time we touched under 21?
the last time that we touched under 21 was
Before
yeah,
that.
before the big pump, was April 17th approximately, and then the time before that um would be about the first part of April. They were continually touching 2100, and that was before the
Yeah.
big pump up to 4300. So
Right.
after that we didn't see it drop down below except on the 19th for probably a very brief amount of time, and then again on the 23rd. But other than that, we haven't seen it. In the past like 2 weeks, really, we haven't seen that. So
Yeah, it's very interesting. I really like Ethereum. Actually, funny thing is, as I was like looking through all these topics just a second ago, right? Or some of these articles. There was one that was talking about how Nvidia is nerfing the new RTX 3080 and 3070 cards for Ethereum cryptocurrency mining. And they're pretty much saying that, it seems to me that they're pretty much trying to gear more mining equipment for Ethereum rather than Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? Like we were talking about the other day, Ethereum is a little easier to mine than Bitcoin. So it would make a little more sense if, more people started jumping on Ethereum, I don't know, just gain a little more rewards. But Ethereum is doing pretty nice. I like it. It's stable. It's staying in a very nice, comfortable zone. And it's kind of, what's really funny is it's kind of similar to how Dogecoin's playing out right now, right?
Well, let's go ahead and bring up the Dogecoin chart. Let's go ahead and
I
let's
was,
see.
I was going to say, if you look at Dogecoin, it's just been rather stable, like flat almost. And it's got a little ups and downs here and there, but
No,
other
I
than
see what you're saying. There.
it's been pretty stable, and I'm really impressed with that, regardless of so in the beginning of April when we looked at Dogecoin, when everybody was going ape crap about it, it was wild because it was so volatile. It would jump up, drop down, jump up, drop down, jump up, and nobody really wanted to be steadily invested in it because they thought it wasn't, a stable investment. Right now, it's looking like a pretty stable investment, and the chart kind of resembles the Ethereum chart a little bit, and so I see a lot of the cryptocurrencies moving in the same pattern right now, but I see potential ups and nothing but we might see it stay a little bit stable, but I don't see them taking big dips anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think that will really depend on whether or not they go below 2100 come the 25th, and even then, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see a fall. It just means that we might not see a rise. Um, I don't think honestly, when that determination comes up, I don't think that's something that we're going to end up having to worry about. But I think it will be a determining factor on whether or not it's going to go up. I think if we're above it when the time comes, I think we'll do well. I think if we're below it, then it might end up being a different story.
Yeah, I agree. I agree in a sense. Yeah, I think that I don't think Ethereum is going to go below 2200 anytime soon, especially with from what I've been hearing and seeing on Twitter, something about Ethereum and Dogecoin teaming up, man. So, if that's the case, then yeah, right here, like 1 week ago, Bitcoin news: Elon Musk agrees with Vitalik Buterin on Dogecoin and Ethereum collaboration. So I can only imagine like what's gonna happen between them two if that happens. Like all right, so David Goldstein, pretty big Twitter influencer. He had posted a tweet earlier saying, "What could Doge do for or ETH do for Doge?" Right, and my comment, and I don't know if I even replied it or not, but my comment was, it's more or less what Doge could do for ETH. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know what Ethereum does. We already know what Dogecoin does. Dogecoin's less on the transaction fees by a lot. All right? If you put Dogecoin with Ethereum, you might just be able to bring those gas fees way down to the cost of a Dogecoin. You might even be able to use Dogecoin on Ethereum's network essentially as a token for gas.
Yeah.
And so, and even though it's not a token, you could still implement the coding for Ethereum's network into the open source coding of Dogecoin and combine the two, and Dogecoin could become a gas coin on Ethereum's network.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of potential there, and if that's the case, then I see nothing but absolute absolute greatness for both of the coins here in the future if they combine forces and do the unthinkable that nobody ever thought that was going to happen. I never really seen that ever taken course of action and being a realistic thing that Dogecoin and Ethereum would team up. So that's cool. That's something I'm looking forward to, and that's probably going to drive the price up of both coins here in the future.
Yeah, most certainly. I guess since we already talked about the mining topic, I don't think there's really a lot left that we have to go over on that. I think we kind of really covered that. So we'll go ahead and move on to
Yeah, the only thing I guess I would have to say on the mining topic, like that's left, is if you're thinking about mining, have fun trying to buy, you know, the proper equipment to mine right now in this time, because chances are they're either A, sold out, or B, you're going to be paying a pretty freaking high dollar for them at the moment. So that's other than that. I mean, yeah, I'm ready to move on. I just wanted to get that out.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Damn.
Um,
Oh my gosh, I love this chart.
yeah, so on when it comes to AMP, I mean they've pretty much just been charging right along, you know. They were at 5 cents, then they bumped up to 6 cents, then to 8, then back to 6. Now they went up to 10, hit up to 12 cents, and then they're pretty much trying to hang out at about 11 cents right now. They have really just been, charging along really and honestly when it comes to tokens. I mean, they were listed on Coinbase so quickly in comparison to some of these other projects.
And that's a good thing though. AMP is a very promising project though when you take a look at it. When you really actually look at AMP and what it's about, it's a pretty promising project. So I'm not surprised in the least bit at all that they were listed on Coinbase that fast. What surprised me is that, other coins such as like Sheeb and that Internet Protocol one, right? And then some other coins were listed on there as fast as they were. I mean, granted, they have some, big money pushing behind them, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me that AMP's on there. It's an actual promising project. Some of these other projects seem like, expensive. Like ITP is what it's called, I think. Internet Protocol or something.
Oh, IPC, like the band.
ICP.
Yeah, IP. Yeah.
Okay, so that coin right there, Internet Protocol or whatever it is, and that thing just showed up on freaking Coinbase one day out of nowhere. And I was actually on the phone with my friend. He's like, "What's this?" And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Take a look." And I went on my Coinbase. I'm like, "What the heck is this?" And it was like $100. And I was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "I've never even heard of this coin." He's like, "Me either." And then I was like, he's like, "You think we should buy in?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not." He was like, fuck it. I'm not either. Well, then the next day, literally, I went to bed, woke up, the freaking coin was at $500 a coin. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm pissed now." I was so mad. I was like, "Man, that's," and sometimes you see opportunities like AMP is the way it's looking, and you're like, "Dang, dude, I wish I would have got in when it was like just under a penny or even at a penny, because now it's sitting at 10 cents, it's 10 times in already, man. It's freaking crazy. It's awesome. Like, look at that chart. Are you kidding me?" that thing was like a rocket to the moon, the one you just had on before. And so that thing, yes, that right there, that looks amazing. Like if you showed me that chart and you were like, yeah, I think it's a good time to invest, I'd be like, yeah, I'd say so. Either that or I would just wait until after it comes down, because you always know that when there's a pump like that and it hits a high like that, there's going to be a slight little cut for profit dip. You know what I'm saying? And so I usually try to wait for that little dip right after that peak. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see where it's going. And if it doesn't go down, then I'm like, damn, I messed up. But usually you give it like a day or so, and it'll probably come down at least a couple of cents. And but I really like AMP. I like the project. I like where it's headed. Looks like it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pulling up essentially like from when it it began, for the most part. Back in October, it won't show it on here, but essentially it's the same price. Where it started out as about essentially it started out at about 30% of 1 penny,
Right.
and a third of a cent. And you can see they were kind of, they were still gaining some ground, right, towards a penny. And there was a lot of buys like right here at the very beginning on the first couple days of 2021. We can see that they had had some massive buys, and then we didn't see any more buys actually until February. And then that's when it had its next pump up. Looks like on the 11th is when it really pumped up the most, and like within 24 hours. So I'd have to say that if there's any token out there that is performing phenomenally, I would have to say it's probably this one. I think very few people could disagree in saying that it's not a good coin to invest in.
Well, I mean, I can't argue that. It's definitely a good coin to invest in. As I'm like sitting here reading it, I'm like, yeah, I wish I would have gotten in. Like I went to their website to like read up exactly what exactly that token does, and they're pretty sweet, and I wish I would have got in when I thought about it a couple months ago, or like a month ago when everybody was talking about it, right before that big pump up right there, right in April, If I'd have gotten in right around April, I think I'd be doing a little better in life.
Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't.
Yeah, hindsight. A awesome saying that I learned from one of my fellow workers. I don't get to talk to this guy very much. I don't even talk to him at all in the past years, but he used to tell me hindsight's 50-50, meaning that you knew you should have, but you didn't.
So he
And
he
now
decided to change it up a little bit. Instead of it being 2020, he said 50-50.
yeah. Well, no, sorry. I said 50-50 because I'm thinking something else. Anyways, it was hindsight's 2020. And yeah, so yeah, my bad. Sorry. A little bit on the smoky side tonight. But anyways, regardless of that point, hindsight's 2020 is what you used to say. Pretty much you knew you should have did it. You didn't do it. Here you are now. You can't do shit about it. So move forward. And that's, I was like, all right, okay, I get what you're saying.
Right, right. So I guess we'll go ahead and we'll move on to something that's been really piquing a lot of people's interest, which is PolkaDot. PolkaDot is I believe it is an ARC. It is a it's an ARC 20 token. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain that it's an ARC 20 token, or well, an ARC. You know what I'm saying. Um, but you know, they've been working diligently on trying to make their ecosystem, or well, not necessarily their ecosystem, but their they're trying to make their platform as the best that it can be. I don't think it has anything on here per se, but I do know that they're working on something called a Polkadex. But we can go ahead and we can just look here at their roadmap, right? And
The fact that they're doing Web 3.0 is amazing as well. That's completely decentralized to the max. So that's awesome. Kudos to that. 100%.
yeah, they're working on some really big stuff, right? So they have a Pokédex that they're working on, and I believe it's gonna have its own token as well, and it's gonna have smart contract capabilities, and I mean pretty much you name it, and that's what they're trying to accomplish. It's just crazy. What they're trying to do here. Um, there, I think there's actually a an article right here. Is Polkadot the so-called Ethereum killer? Because people are starting to think that Polkadot could actually end up becoming you know, uh, more utilized than Ethereum because of the way that it's structured and the way that it's structured with Ethereum, and it's kind of interesting how some of these people are think. I mean, this person says they think you know that I'm sorry. This person's talking about just how Ethereum's at 20 was at 2363 while Polkadot was at $20, and then if we look today, I think they're sitting at I believe it was 2338. Um, but you can go and check out this person's article, Investor Palace over here at Bazinga. Um, it was just, huh?
I was just saying Benzinga. That's pretty cool. I think they're based in Detroit.
But they're I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make essentially Ethereum more versatile than it could ever end up being. Because I mean, it's still based off of the Ethereum blockchain as far as I understand, and so you know I don't know if they're going to end up. I don't know if they're trying to eventually go out onto their own node or what exactly, but I know that they're working on this thing called parachains. Um, so that can have their own tokens and optimize their functionality for specific use cases. Pair of threads similar to the parachains, but with a pay-as-you-go model, more economical for the blockchains that don't need continuous connectivity to the network. And then they're bridging, allowing the parachains and parathreads to connect and communicate with external networks like Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I mean, they're really working on some stuff when it comes to Polkadot.
I don't think that PolkaDot is a ERC20.
Like I said, I could be wrong on that.
No, I'm just looking right now to make sure, and I think that it is its own native coin.
Yeah.
It says, is it no dot is native to the PolkaDot platform and is not an ERC20. Dot are the native token, or dot are the token native to the PolkaDot network for the purpose of carrying out the key functions of the platform as detailed below.
You know
What
what
are
I
the
think it? You
functions?
know what I think it was? I think it was that the Polkadot. I think it was that the Polkadex token was going to be able to be interchangeable as an Ethereum ARC token. I think
Uh,
that's what it was.
yeah, that would make sense because I just pulled up the website just like you had it, right? And when I went into technology, if you go back to technology, like you scroll down a little bit, in there it was showing you how um what they were working on, the things that they were working on, right? And so some of the things that they were working on included a bridge for Ethereum, meaning that the interoperability between Ethereum and Polkadot would be reality. So you would be able to use Ethereum tokens essentially. So pretty much,
Yeah,
do the same.
that's what I was getting mixed up earlier. I'm not sure exactly. It's so confusing because of the way that they explain it. It's like it can mesh itself with Ethereum, and so it's just it can be really confusing when you're trying to word it out.
Well, see, the thing is most of these networks are pretty much probably based off the ERC20 standard, right? So that's probably why, right? They sound so similar to Ethereum. Like BEP20 is is Ethereum, is ERC20, right?
Hmm.
BEP20 tokens are the very similar,
Yeah,
same
they're the
exact.
equivalent.
Yeah, that exactly same exact thing. The only thing is that it's BEP20 for one, and that they changed a few parameters in the smart contract for the ERC20 standard. All right, so they took the smart contract for the ERC20 token standard, just changed a few parameters, changed the name, and voila, they have Binance Smart Chain. That's it. So a lot of these coins probably, just replicated a lot of code from a lot of these other ones and just implemented it into the parameters that worked for their systems. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, and that's awesome to see that Polkadot is Polkadot seems awesome. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research and get into it. I never really looked into it. Heard about it a lot, but never looked into it. I'm gonna have to start looking into it because it seems like there's a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean there's an insane amount of opportunity when it comes to Polkadot.
Yeah, I never even knew that. And when I'm starting to look, I'm like, whoa, man, whoa. And just like Ox, I don't know if you've ever heard of Ox, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, Ox is great, man. Like their blockchain is so awesome. You can build a lot of stuff on there too, just like that. Another one is Ren. Ren, I'm pretty sure is Ren. You can build on. I'm not sure, 100%. Don't quote. I might be wrong, but I know for sure on Ox you can publish stuff on Ox.
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to. I had brought up the Polkadot chart to show kind of where it was at with the with the prices. You know, it hit a high of 49.80 back in about May 14th,
Hmm.
and you know it's pretty crazy. How undervalued when you consider how many capabilities Polkadot's going to have like before the end of this year.
Well, it's only a matter of time before it surges right past that. Um, once Polkadot's everything that they're updating and working on for the network is in full-fledged force, blown out in the open. Everybody's got access to it. It's game over, man. I'm telling you, I was just going over some of the stuff that they got going on, and I'm like, whoa, I'm pretty mind blown. Like, they got a lot of good, awesome stuff happening for their network. So I just see a very bright future for them. Yeah, where are they sitting at right now? 23?
23.40.
I say it's June now, so by the 1st of August, I see them sitting at about 45. Back at maybe 45.50. And the reason why I say that is just because a lot of people are going to be starting to invest there. Probably rushing over there to put money into tokens or, creating tokens or other things of that nature on their network when they give that option. NFT spaces, creating dApps. So once these networks keep evolving and just showing that they got blockchains where you can come produce or publish a dApp or even a token of that nature, and even Web 3.0 is awesome because you can go there and create a community just like Hive. So that's awesome. Anytime you have that going on for yourself, people are going to invest, They're going to put their money where they feel like it's comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, another great one is VeChain.
Oh, yeah.
They've been really blowing up here over the past the past month or so as well when it comes to just kind of, I guess you would say, like, media attention, right? Um, Originally it looks like they're sitting at about 5 cents, and they hit a high of almost 28 cents, and they're currently sitting at about the same price as AMP, almost 11 cents.
Yeah, I'm a VeChain holder. I'm a very firm believer in VeChain. I really like it. I like VeChain. I like Vitho, which is their secondary token as well. I am a VeChain head. Okay, I love it. It's a great coin. When you want to talk about half the reason why they're in the media. You want to talk about half the reason why they're in the media. Let's go over some of their business partners. All right. These guys have big names as business partners. So that's going to draw a lot of media attention. These people are doing business with like BMW, H&M, all sorts of crazy stuff, man. So it doesn't surprise me that this coin is blowing up. This coin is actually one of my very favorites. So when you really take a look at the chart on VeChain, sitting at 10 cents, that's not too bad. This is a great time to invest. So if anybody's thinking about getting into VeChain, right now would be a very good time. VeChain's business partners consist of a complete list of the partnerships right here of VeChain partnerships. I'm trying to pull that up, so sorry guys, I apologize. But as of, let's see, where is it? Okay, so the partnerships are China National Level Partnership. We probably don't know them. Some other places like Direct Imported Goods, BMW. So we know the BMW automobile group. They are partnered with VeChain. Let's see, Group Renault. Renault is an automaker as well. Pretty well known. They're partnered up with VeChain. Like I said, H&M, they're a merch seller. They sell a lot of merchandise, clothing. And they're partnered up with them as of this year. Let's see, and these people all verify payments with VeChain, right? That's what they do. That's how they team up and partner up with these these big companies is they verify the payments with VeChain for these companies. And so I find that to be pretty sweet, pretty freaking amazing. They got some energy companies on here, ENN Energy Holding Limited. They got People's Insurance Company of China. The list goes on, man. The list goes on. Shanghai Gas, Cointelegraph Consulting, Walmart China. So when you really sit there and look at what VeChain's got going on, they're a freaking powerhouse in the cryptocurrency world. They are a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they're only 10 cents. They're a powerhouse.
Yeah, I mean, they've been getting quite the immediate attention from some of the bigger YouTubers. Um, you know, they've uh, you know, they've been listed on some new exchanges here recently. Um, they're really trying to push forward. You can see over here some of their core services is comprehensive product management, product data management, logistics and storage, digitalized ownership confirmation, customer reach, value added data service, data storage, data authentication, data analysis, data value added, and then some third party certifications. Um, they're a really interesting chain, and I think we could very easily see them turn into something like Chainlink, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really like them. When you really look it up and it says, what does VeChain do? Like, we'll break it down for the viewers tonight. So what is VeChain? VeChain is a blockchain. This comes from Investopedia. VeChain is a blockchain platform designed to enhance supply chain management and business processes. Its goal is to streamline these processes and information flow for complex supply chains through the use of distributed ledger technology. Okay, so I mean, it's pretty much guaranteeing you fast business transactions, and its processes and information flow for complex supply chains. So if like your supply chain has a really complex structure, I guess that VeChain would be the goal or the company that you would want to have manage that. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, that's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed VeChain. I like what they got going on. Granted, the fact that just now YouTubers are picking up on VeChain. VeChain was one of my very first coins I bought after Dogecoin. And then I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, and then I found VeChain, and I was like, hell yeah, this coin's awesome. And so I bought in around 5 or 6 cents, and then when you buy it on Binance, you can actually hold just one VeChain coin and stake that one VeChain coin for their secondary token, Vitho, or their secondary coin, I should say, Vitho, since VeChain's its own blockchain. It's a very interesting system, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for VeChain.
Yeah, most certainly. Moving on, something that ended up actually striking the Yahoo News, which I was kind of surprised because I'd never even heard of this, but here it was. You know, there was an article about it here on Yahoo News. It's called Order Token.
Yeah, I've seen that. I haven't really taken a look at it at all, so I guess I'm gonna have to do my own diligence on it. The Red Order is what it's called.
Yeah, it says crypto supervillains launched the Red Order and Order tokens to rival deceptive meme coins. Says Self-proclaimed supervillains of Cryptoverse today announced the launch of the Red Order Link, a role-playing crypto experience formed by a syndicate of rogue outcasts from the crypto community who have been deceived by viral meme coins. The core team and community are forged from former crypto good guys who played by the rules but were swindled by illegitimate meme coins and are now seeking revenge by conquering the cryptoverse and creating true art, entertainment, and crypto ecosystem. And so we'll go over here to their website, and you can kind of, I mean, it's really basic right now. I've kind of already looked over it a little bit. There's not a lot to it, but it definitely looks like they're trying.
Is this their white paper that we're looking at?
They don't have white paper; they have evil paper.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So if you'd
All
like,
right.
we can take a look at their evil paper if that's what you'd like to do.
That's cool though, I guess. You can keep it theme based, so that's pretty sweet. I guess I don't really know if I dig their premise though. It seems kind of predatory.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of their point is that they're trying to they've made, I guess, their own let's see, here's their project concept, right? So at this point, we've seen enough meme coins centered around animals, moons, and Elon. The Reddit Order is a new concept. It's designed as a role-playing crypto experience where the core team and community members play as villains in a evil syndicate. Evil takeovers, raids, competitions, and recruitments are just some of the interactive experiences we have planned for our members. Villains always get a bad rep. What is a villain but someone good who has lived long enough to see themselves turn? Forging The forging founders of the Red Order were exactly that. They were good guys who played by the rules, only to be left in the rubble of those who broke them. They tried to make a difference as themselves, but the world would only view them as weak. So now they rise as villainous counterparts of themselves, building an army of others who have suffered similar fates. So I guess essentially, like this is it's kind of it I think it's kind of more of just like a role playing thing, and it's just they're using the whole villainous thing as just kind of like a aesthetic, I would say. It's kind of just
Yeah,
the
that's cool though. I guess now once you like look over it and look at it, that's pretty sweet. Um, if it's like a game where it rewards you, you know what I'm saying? Like it's what it's sounding like. That's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds pretty cool. I mean I'm kind of intrigued by it.
go over here and we can read over their tokenomics. It says their tokenomics are straightforward. We've decided on a 500 billion initial total supply, all minted at launch. No one will then be able to create any more tokens after the initial launch. 15% of the supply will be allocated to marketing/project development wallet. This wallet will not be used to reward the current core members of the project. It will only be used to further develop the development of the project, which can include onboarding new team members, paying for various audits and exchange listings, paying for marketing fees and sponsorships, essentially so on and so forth. The remaining 85% of the tokens are pooled as liquidity in Sushi Swap. A 2% burn on every transaction will also take effect. So 2% per TXN will be sent to, I guess, a dead wallet, forever removed from circulation. Circulation holding therefore makes each token more valuable over time. The other 2% TXN will be sent into the marketing wallet explained above. We do not want to beg our community for donations. Finally, another 2% per TXN will be sent back to main contract's deployment wallet. This will allow us to maintain the token that we can pull back into liquidity or create pools on centralized exchanges or even set up a protocol for community voting where holding members can decide what we can do with the tokens. Transparency will be our biggest weapon against FUD. We will aim to explain our decisions and allocations of funds to the best of our abilities. We realize the trust is difficult in this space, but our goal here is to help redefine community expectations, and we will do that through our honesty.
Right on. Sounds pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I guess doing your research helps.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that I'm gonna be, something that I'll be checking out when the time comes. Let's see if we can. I don't know if it's launched yet or not, but let's go ahead and let's see if we can
Yeah, it's
find
kind.
them.
That's actually what I was looking for to see if it's been launched or not. Because if so, I might have to go take a look at it, check it out, see what's going on with it. I mean, their website's pretty awesome. They have NFTs.
Wow, yeah, here we go.
It's not bad. I think I might
This is
join you.
right. This is their. Oh man, I wish I could resize this for you guys. I don't know. Let me see if I can fix this for you guys because that is looking bad.
Okay, so how do you join the order? By the token. So, oh, you got their chart pulled up?
Well, I have the red order chart pulled up. I don't know if this is their token or not, but I'm fairly certain that it is. But this says it has a total supply of 1 trillion. So I'm not sure if this is the right one or not. Because it said on their initial launch, and they haven't launched yet. So half of this might be something that they're experimenting with, and then the other half is for the launch. I'm not 100% sure. This is just the only contract that I could pull up on
Well, if I can pull
KuCoin.
this, if I can pull this contract address off of this PDF file, I might be able to send you the contract address that I've found for them right on their website. Oh, it's gonna let me. Nope, it didn't let me. I'm on there. If you go to their website, okay, there it is. It just let me do it. If you go to their website, you can actually. Man, my dog's over here going crazy. You can click right there and see it down on number 4. Go to square number 4, where you were just at, and yeah, go to join, and then scroll down to number 4. And then it'll show you the contract address right there. I think it was number 4. Or it might have been number 3.
Yeah, I see it. It's right here.
5. Never mind, my bad. On square number 5. Yeah, you might be able to highlight that and take that and go look up the actual chart and pull that up. But
yeah, it says supported LP does not exist for this token. Create one on Pancake Swap. Oh yeah, that's right. I imagine it's not going to be on KuCoin because it's not. It's for
yeah,
Sushi Swap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense too, though. That definitely makes sense. Oh snap! Let's see. Let's go 11. I got a phone update that keeps trying to take place, and yeah, my dog's over here trying to be a jerk. So I don't see on their website if it says anything about where their launch is or what time their launch was. So I mean, I imagine that it's out right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of let's see.
Well,
So if
sushi.
you wanted, let's see. All right. So what is
Can
that?
you use
100,000 million.
Can
So
you
if you
use Binance Smart Chain on Sushi Swap?
let's see.
I've never used Sushi Swap, so I wouldn't know. I'm trying though. I'm pulling it up on my new phone, trying to. Okay, so let's see. Yep, it connected me right up.
Yeah, you can
And
do BNB.
yep, I see.
I don't know if it'll allow the swap or not, but
It says no results found.
yeah, it won't. I think it. I think. I think it might be an Ethereum based. Yeah, I think it's an Ethereum based token. So let's see. So we
Oh,
know that they're doing what was it, 500 billion. So if you wanted to buy, let's see, what is this, 100,000 million. So if you bought 1 billion, which would have, I guess, what would that be, like 0.05% or something? Not very much, right? If you were to buy 1 billion of the 500 billion that there is,
hmm.
it would cost you about
Yeah, it
like
is.
$5,000, something like that, $6,000
Okay, so
to buy 1 billion. If you wanted to buy 1 million, it would cost you. I think that's like
so
I don't even know off the top of
one
my head.
one billion is 2.36 ether.
Yeah,
So that'd be like 6K.
yeah, for 1 billion.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's too bad that we can't like see a chart for it or something. I mean, that would be really nice. But still, I mean, if anyone's interested in, the order token, you can go to redorder.io and you can go and check them out there. You can go and check out their evil paper, look at their shops, their NFTs. Um, you know,
It seems like they're a pretty costly coin. I mean, I would get involved, but I don't have no Ethereum in my Trust wallet. But
right?
it seems like they're pretty they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean they're act. I mean for them to cost even just a decent amount when it comes to Ethereum. I mean, to buy 1 billion of them and it costs like $6,000. I mean, yeah, that's saying something. I mean, realistically, I don't.
They're not tracking in Trust Wallet, so I just added it to my wallet. I pasted the address there.
Yeah, it says
And
that I clicked on their chart page and it says the Reddit order is on the rise, but some secrets need to remain hidden. Keep all channels open for new and upcoming announcements. So apparently they're 60% away from their target of being listed somewhere for a chart, I guess. That's what I'm assuming that's what this means on their chart page.
hmm,
I mean, I really and honestly couldn't tell you. Um,
yeah, I couldn't tell you either, honestly. But it seems like they're doing pretty well for themselves. But chances are that if they start out at that price, they're gonna come down a lot.
oh yeah, most certainly. I guess moving on to the last subject of the night would be Bitcoin versus Ethereum or Ethereum versus Bitcoin. It's just one of the biggest topics that we hear about, here over the past, 2 months now, is just, will Bitcoin be flipped by Ethereum? Will Ethereum flip Bitcoin? Bitcoin's dominance is dropping, and then Ethereum's dominance is rising, and there's been a lot of back and forth on this whole which is gonna maintain the dominant, or is Bitcoin going to maintain dominance, or is it going to end up, being taken over by Ethereum? And I figured that it would just be a really good topic for us to talk about tonight, just because it's been going on for a while, and I mean, I kind of wanted to get your opinion on it as well.
What do you think? Do you think that Ethereum's gonna overtake Bitcoin? Me personally, I don't see Ethereum hitting 50,000.
Well, that's not what it has to do in order to flip it, right? Like
No, I
they're
know.
talking
Yeah,
about the flipping of the market cap, right? So,
yeah. No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, let's talk price for a second, right? I can't really imagine seeing Ethereum hitting that price this year. Okay, let's just be realistic. Now, flipping the market cap on Bitcoin, it's a very possible thing. Very big possible thing because Bitcoin doesn't have no NFT market. You know what I'm saying? Not like, and if they do, it's not like Ethereum at all by any means whatsoever. That's something I'd have to look into if they do, and I don't know if they do or if they don't. But Ethereum has an NFT market. You can create tokens on their network. They have set a token standard for pretty much how tokens should be within inside of a blockchain. So, I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ethereum could definitely overturn the market cap.
yeah, I mean, if you look at Ethereum's market cap, it's currently sitting at nearly. We'll just up it to 300 billion, right? And then we'll up Bitcoin to sorry, to 750 billion. So, we can say that when Ethereum reaches 4,000, that will be over half of Bitcoin's market cap, right? So if it was and that's when it goes back up to 4,000, right? It would effectively be at over half of Bitcoin's current market cap. And then Bitcoin would have to stay where it's at essentially right now. It'd have to stay in the 40K area, and Ethereum would have to reach somewhere like between like 10 and 12K to flip the market cap. And I mean, that's totally possible, but in reality, for Ethereum to, essentially 4x and Bitcoin not move at all, I don't see that, and that essentially would be the fastest way for them to.
I mean, I can see it. I personally, I could, just because you're taking a lot less of a risk when you're investing $2,000, $2,300. Who cares if you're doing it? You're buying. Say you buy 10 coins, 23 grand, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
Approximately.
Ethereum's 2,300, you're spending 23 grand. That's still not even one whole Bitcoin. You got 10 Ethereum coins. Now, if it does 4x, think about where you'd be sitting on those, 10 Ethereum coins as opposed to one Bitcoin. Even if one Bitcoin does happen to 1x, and go, or 2x. I mean, not 1x, but 2x.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Let's not even say it touches 60. Let's say it goes to 40. But still, you got 10 for 23,000. For 46,000, you'll have 20. And then if it did 4x, you'd be sitting on 46 grand. So 46 times 4, you do the math. You'd be sitting on some pretty nice money.
Right.
As opposed to making 30 grand and investing into 30 grand and getting 30 grand out of it,
Yeah, no, I mean, I trust me, I completely see what you're saying, and I've always agreed with I think when it comes to trying to get higher returns, I just don't think that Bitcoin's where it's at. I think when people say it's a when they say that it's a good a good store of value, I think really and honestly that's more or less what it is. I mean, it will increase over time. There's no doubt about that. um, and if bought in at a low position, your holdings will increase over time with it. But you're just not going to see the same kind of increase that you would, like, say, when it came to Dogecoin, right? If you'd thrown $20 into Dogecoin back when it was at like 5 cents, now you'd be sitting at like $500 or something like that. I didn't do the math or anything, but the price went up substantially there. I mean, it hit from 5 cents to 75 cents essentially, right? I mean, it was very close to 75 cents. So I mean, if you had a few thousand Doge at 5 cents, for only, I think it was like a couple $100 would get you like 4,000 or something like that. So at 75 cents, you'd have been sitting on almost a little over 3 grand right there off of like a $200 investment.
Here's the thing about Bitcoin. In 2021, we all missed out on Bitcoin's 1x, 10x, 5x, 12x, any of that X shit. Okay? We missed out. And that happened in between 15 and 19. Well, 20 and 21, obviously. Okay. So in between 2015 and this year. But realistically, like right around the end of this year, or the beginning of this year, it peaked obviously at all-time high. And that was astronomical. But the thing is, though, think about what would have happened if Bitcoin was $800 right now, like it was, back then. So we really realistically have all kind of missed out on the whole, let's put, $4,000 into Bitcoin and make 20 grand. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to put it this way. If we're going to think about it in basic terms, look at Bitcoin as like an ETF of the cryptocurrency market right now. It's pretty much what you should be doing. If you're going to put anything in there, you better just leave it in there for the long haul and not expect to be like, oh yeah, unless you're on there making day trades on futures and options and things. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, if you're putting like 20, 30 grand into Bitcoin and then you still have 30, 40 grand extra to play with, then I would suggest just putting that money in there and leaving it there and not touching it whatsoever. And kind of using it as like a savings account or an ETF, something that you would invest in that you want to progress over time, as opposed to something where you're looking to get, short-term investment goals out of.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to the question, Bitcoin versus Ethereum, uh, not maybe in the regards of it flipping Bitcoin, but in the regards of it being better for investments and better, you know, when it comes as a utility. I think Ethereum wins. I think Bitcoin is kind of more of an institutional coin now at this point, and I think Ethereum will end up becoming the same type of coin, but I think more real retail investors will still be involved with it in comparison to Bitcoin.
See, here's the thing, though. Bitcoin was always created as a commodity coin. And if anybody tries to argue that, then that's fine. That's cool. You can argue all you want. But think about the total supply. 21 million. It's a commodity. You know, if you're running a currency, like an actual currency, and I get how they did it because, you know, when you're buying it, you can spend $20 and get, you know, a fraction of X amount of decimals, right? So that's all fine and dandy, but it's still a commodity, and it's kind of like it's something that you see in the window all the time, and you're always like, dang, I should buy it, 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 and then you never really buy it. But then later on in life, it just kind of comes to you like, damn, you know, it doesn't really matter if I bought it then or if I buy it now. It's always going to serve its purpose from whatever I invested in then or now, you know? So just treat, my personal opinion, just treat it like a Bitcoin, like a savings account. Chip a little
Yeah.
bit of money in there every now and then, and just pray that, you know, it does do a 2x or a 3x, and even go to 90,000 to 100, maybe even 200,000, and then you might be sitting on a nice little chunk of, you know, 20, 30,000 extra dollars that you can pull right out and still be on your same initial investment.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that's kind of what I was meaning earlier about how it's a good stay of value, you know, and so it's kind
Yeah.
of more of like I think Bitcoin's better as a savings account for real retail investors more so than like a day trading account.
Yep. 100%. I couldn't agree anymore.
Well, under Doge, I mean, we've pretty well covered all the topics for tonight. Was there anything else that you wanted to go over before we close out the show?
Well, yeah, a few of them, a few things, just a couple. Nothing too serious, but like, I mean, a couple serious things, but nothing too lengthy. Those I did want to talk about some of the other coins that were on the thumbnail, like Captain Token and
Burn one, Clue Coin.
yeah, Burn One and Clue Coin. So yeah, Captain Token. In case none of you guys know, Captain Token, we are running a giveaway on my Twitter, Revolt Tyranny. You guys can check that out. Captain Token is pretty sweet. I'm actually involved with, not like involved with the project or anything, but involved in the community a little bit, and not like doing anything for them or anything by that nature. Just been kind of in and out of their Telegram and Discord and stuff. They're actually pretty sweet. Pretty sweet project, and I suggest that, you know, you guys check it out. Recommend, I should say, not suggest, but recommend that you guys check them out. They're pretty cool. Got some pretty big announcements coming up. They got some articles written about them on Medium, and they got giveaways going on their or Instagram all the time for the token. They're pretty cool. Check them out. Nice little kickback to the holders they got going on. So I don't know. I really like the project. I like where they're headed. We've talked about them a couple of times. They're pretty awesome. So go ahead and give them a follow on Twitter. That's capped_token. Go ahead and check them out. Burn One's doing some pretty good things. I really like Burn One. This is like one of my absolute favorite projects that's touched down in 2021. And they got a lot of good stuff going on. Some education from their TikTok on their Twitter. It's a video on tokens versus coins. If you're interested, check that out. Yeah, they're doing a lot of good things though, man. So 1 month down, and they're already on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. They donated $12,000 $12,000 to the Last Prisoner Project. Made the right cannabis industry connections and got some passionate investors. They got a swap app and they raised awareness for cannabis advocacy. So, I mean, they're sweet. I'm extremely bullish on that coin. I keep buying it every time I go and look at my wallet. I'm like, yeah, I'm going by a little bit. I'm going by a little bit. I've slowed down because I've been running giveaways, but and then there was one other one. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But yeah, anyways, go ahead and check those projects out. You guys, I only really share projects with people after I do my research on them. That's my last little bit of advice for you guys is always do your own research. Make sure you know where you're at in the market. Make sure you know where you're investing at. And just be smart and be safe out there. Don't get taken advantage of. And yeah, have fun. Also, go get you some beefs and some herpes. Herpes is awesome, man. I don't care what anybody says. Not the virus, but the token. Herpes is doing great things. So yeah, I want to mention them real fast. Herpes is doing good things. So go check them out. They're doing pretty good for themselves. Other than that, I'm all set, man.
All right, everyone. It was great being here. We'll see you come Friday. So
Heck,
have a great night. Crypto Invest TV is out.
you guys be safe out there.